Hello everyone, I'm Nicole and I'm here with Let's Make Art, and you are here for the second part of our beginner hand lettering series. So, for this one we're going over the tools and materials. And first of all, I totally get if you're really overwhelmed when you walk into an art store because you have no idea and you're looking at everything. So it's okay, I get it. I want to help break it down for you into smaller steps. But what I want to preface is if you don't have these exact supplies that I'm going to go over, it is okay. I would rather you just try this art with whatever you can find than not try it all. So I want to preface with that. First thing is your brush pen. So what that is it looks like this. This one that I'm actually going through is a Tombow dual brush pen. It's called a dual brush because it has dual tips. But, ooh, fancy. What we're gonna actually use is just this guy. So with any brush pen that you can find, what I want you to look for is one that has a taper tip. So you will see that there's a smaller tip at the top, and then at the bottom it gets a little bit fattier. So with that is something that I want you to look for. The cool thing about this specific brand is that there's so many different colors. This is only 5 of them. I think they have over 100. So it's a really cool thing. There's so many different colors. You can have fun with that. Tombow dual brush pens. So that is one. The second one that I want to show you is if you want to work a little bit smaller, you totally can. This is another one. It's also by Tombow and it's their soft tip. But you can tell the difference that this one is a lot smaller and this one's a lot bigger. What I want to show you is, actually I'm going to go back and say, just in general, when you have the tip and then the wider part, is what's happening. The reason why you do that is because you can get a thin stroke and you can also get a very thick stroke. So this is what makes hand lettering. And then I want to show you, so that's this guy. Let's just put that, well, I'm not going to stay. Okay, like that. And then this is the same, or it's the same shape. It's a round tapered tip. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go thin on the up actually. And then I can push harder and I can still get a thick stroke. So these are a little bit smaller than this because of the shape. But again, all I want you to do is find a brush tip pen. Okay, so another type of tool that you can get are brushes. And with these ones, the only thing that I want to make sure that you get is that they're round. So what that means is that they have the same type of tip where it's thinner at the top and then a little bit wider. You can see it more on this one. And then a little bit wider at the bottom. So these, I want you to just make sure that they're round. That's the most important part. The reason why I love brushes, well, a lot of people love brush pens because they already have the ink in them, so you're good there. But when you do lettering with brushes, you can use any type of material. So you can use ink, you can use watercolors, gouache. There's just so many other opportunities. So the example that I want to show, this is a liquid watercolor. Just want to show that you can use. And when I'm dipping my brush in here, so I can still get that thin and I can still get the thick, which we will go over later on. I just wanted to show you. A brush is also another good option to have for tools, supplies. So the third thing is paper. There are lots of options out there, but I want to show you my 3 favorite ones. First is actually marker paper. So what it is, this is the one that I'm specifically using right now, is Strathmore's 500 series marker paper. And with that, the reason why I love it is that you can use it for both your watercolors and your markers. They both work. Then the other thing is that it's great that when we're going through our lessons later on, you can use this paper and you can see through it. So another option that you have is Rhodia. This is another great brand that I recommend. And what's nice about it is that there's a couple different pads that they sell. This one has dots. They also have one that is graph paper or that's blank. But this also works for your markers. So those are good to practice with. And then put that aside. The last one is if you don't have any of those, it's okay. You can use computer paper. The only thing that I would be mindful of is that some computer paper, because it's a little bit cheaper, it bleeds a little bit. So that could get kind of annoying when you're practicing. The brand that I found that works really well is called HP Premium Choice Laser Jet, and you'll be good to go with that and the bleeding. So those are all the tools and supplies. Again, I want you to just try with whatever you have and have fun.